Welcome to Whiskey Obsession's review of Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden has a rich history dating back to 1796. Basil Hayden is an 8-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon distilled at 80 proof. Hi everyone, Justin Dillon from WhiskeyObsession.com, and today we're going to be reviewing Basil Hayden from Beam Inc.'s Small Batch Bourbon Collection. Now, as many of you know, I love whiskey with a lot of history or a great story, and Basil Hayden has a lot of history. Let me tell you, over 200 years ago, this spirit was crafted. See, in 1796, Basil Hayden was a master distiller, and he was looking to create a recipe unlike anything else out there. He traditionally used a corn base, but he mixed in small grains to his mash bill to capture the spicy flavor of rye. It helps complement the soft smoothness of the corn. So what happened as a result? Well, we have Basil Hayden, small batch bourbon. But more importantly, what we have is a bourbon that bridges the gap between bourbon and rye. It takes the soft, smooth sweetness of the corn, gives it an edgy bite with the rye, and it creates an experience unlike any other. Now, Basil Hayden is aged for 8 years, and it's distilled at 80 proof. So as far as high proof, ultra premium whiskeys go, this isn't one. It's distilled at a relatively mild 80 proof, but it is aged for 8 years. So also happens to be one of my favorite bourbons. So I was really excited when I was asked to do a review on it. So let's go ahead and let's open this fresh bottle right here. We'll pour a glass and we'll walk you through the tasting of what you can expect while you're enjoying a Basil Hayden. And just, you look at the presentation of it. I mean, the paper wrapper, the copper, the nice sticker, which we managed to actually salvage and we'll be able to reuse. Now this is going to come right off very nicely, the foil, and it's corked. So let's get that sound. There you go. So you can see in the bottle, it's just got a nice, rich, golden amber color. Now we've got our whiskey glass. We're going to pour ourselves a really nice amount of this because, like I said, it's one of my favorites. Yep, that's a good tasting. So here we go. Let's get this aerating a little bit. And again, I want you to see that rich golden amber color. And that just comes from the proper aging in the right barrel and a lot of care taken in creating and crafting this whiskey, which they've been doing it for 200 years. Right off the bat, just without even a good coating, you're just getting wonderful, wonderful nasal hints. No burn. Again, the golden amber color. And there's some spice in there. It's very aromatic. It reminds you of fresh iced tea almost on a hot day. A little hint of peppermint. Now, I'm not one for mixing a lot of the finer bourbons, but that peppermint is just wonderful. It's making me think of mint juleps. The spice and the tea, and that's really what it is. It's those three aromatic scents. They're just blending beautifully. Now we're going to take our first sip without adding water to it. Now, generally, I believe Basil Hayden should be done neat or just with a splash of branch water. And what branch water is it's mineral water, traditionally that comes from the same water source that they use to distill the whiskey. Now, usually a little hard to come by, so in our case, we're just going to use a mineral water from like we have been in our videos, but. spicy, a little peppery. It's light-bodied, has a gentle bite. So let's we're gonna add a little bit of our water off camera. And again, I do this off camera because I don't want people to think that you have to add this amount of water. It's all to taste. Excuse me. I'm gonna swirl it a little bit. We're gonna keep aerating it and just getting that, releasing the aromas and the flavors. And the water is going to help bring out a few things a little more, bring them to the nose and to the taste a little bit more prominently. So let's see what we get here. The tea becomes incredible. It's right there. It mellows the spice out. The peppermint's still there. You still have that gentle bite, a little bit of spice and some pepper. There's something else. There's something else in it. It's a smooth honey. That's that's coming through. Just brilliantly crafted. It's easy to see how it won a silver medal button. I mean, 200 years in the making. I'd say they got it right. Yeah, as it settles on your palate, the honey becomes a lot more prominent. That smooth honey. And you're getting little bits of the finish as you're tasting this too, which is really nice. It's gonna be interesting how it finishes, and as I said, it's one of my favorites, so I can already tell you how it finishes, but I won't spoil the surprise. And let's go for the finish now. The finish is a little dry, but it's very clean and it's very brief. It doesn't stay with you. It goes down very smooth, but dry. So understand that you're going to have a little bit of that in your throat, like, wow, I just drank something good. And that's the rye that does that, where the higher the corn content, usually it becomes a little smoother, a little softer on the finish. This is dry, it's clean though, and it's very brief. The taste doesn't linger, but you're definitely going to want to have another one. So I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Again, it's one of my absolute favorites. And I know I tend to point out a lot of the good in the whiskeys, and with this one there really is nothing but the good to point out. There's nothing wrong with it. It's absolutely a wonderful, wonderful drink. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I'm going to ask you to like the video, leave your comments, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me. So, once again, this has been Justin Dillon with WhiskeyObsession.com reviewing Basil Hayden. Thanks again. Bye.